What if everything you've been led to believe about death is a carefully constructed illusion, and it is not the end, but a gateway? Have you ever wondered why, throughout human history, across all cultures and spiritual traditions, there have been persistent claims of life beyond the physical body? What if the very essence of this eternal mystery lies dormant within your cells, waiting to be awakened? Today, we uncover the wisdom of a long-lost scroll, a document that reveals a reality about death that challenges everything you have been taught. This scroll reveals that death is not an ending, but a transition within a cycle of consciousness. Imagine, what if consciousness does not end when the body dies? What if consciousness transcends the physical form and cycles through states of being? This is not merely a philosophical concept, but a practical truth that can set you free from the chains of fear and ignorance. The scroll speaks of life and death not as a linear progression, but as a dance of cyclical patterns. It reveals that the dualities of life and death are but phases of the same underlying energy. Throughout this video, we will be analyzing patterns and cycles to understand the truth of the scroll. The fear of death, as we know it, has been deliberately cultivated for centuries to keep us under control and away from true power. This scroll reveals that by understanding this cycle, you can break free of limiting beliefs and take charge of your own evolution. This is a journey that leads to transformation and empowerment. This information is not just theoretical, it is a matter of spiritual freedom. The scroll's teachings offer a way to transcend the fear of death and live a life of purpose and understanding. This is an opportunity to revolutionize how you see reality itself. By understanding the true nature of death, we can transform our lives today. This knowledge has the potential to shift the collective consciousness of humanity. This can create a world where fear of death is replaced by acceptance and the cycle of growth. The scroll's message challenges the very foundations of what we consider reality. This is not just a matter of faith, this is a matter of experiencing a new reality. It is time to shift our understanding of the cycles of existence and step into our true power. The nature of consciousness and its cycles of transformation is at the core of this scroll. We will also explore how fear of death has been used as a tool for control and how to break free of that paradigm. Ultimately, this journey is about empowering you to consciously participate in your own spiritual evolution. Before we dive into the scroll's secrets, let us reflect on some key concepts that form our understanding of death. Currently, death is often viewed as the end of existence, a finality that is met with fear and trepidation. However, throughout history, there have always been alternative views that speak of death as a transition. The scroll reveals that consciousness is not limited to the physical body. It is a non-local energy that transcends death. This consciousness then moves through cycles of being, transitioning from one state to another. This challenges the concept of linear time and our understanding of reality. We will explore the scroll's teachings on how consciousness transitions during death and what that entails. We will also discuss ancient esoteric practices and their connection to this scroll's hidden message, and offer practical methods for integrating these concepts into our daily lives. The scroll presents life and death as two sides of the same coin, each a necessary phase of a single cycle of creation and transformation. This transformation is reflected within every individual's life, from the smallest to the most complex level. By recognizing this pattern, we start to decode the larger patterns of existence. If death is not an ending, then what exactly is it, and where does consciousness go? And if the fear of death is a construct, how has it been used to control and manipulate? And most importantly, how can we use the scroll's message to transform our own experience of life? The scroll speaks of a hidden dimension of reality, a realm of energy that is usually veiled from our perception. To access these layers of reality requires a specific approach, one that will be revealed as we unfold the teachings of the scroll. Prepare to have your understanding of death and reality turned on its head. Keep in mind the idea that patterns are not just external, but also internal reflections of consciousness. These patterns offer a way to understand personal transformation as part of larger universal cycles. We will be revisiting these patterns through the rest of this video, so it is key to pay attention to the symbolism and examples. In the next section, we will delve into the scroll itself and decode the hidden knowledge within. We will explore its ideas about consciousness and the nature of reality itself, and we will start to integrate the concepts of practical applications for transformation and daily life. The scroll begins by asserting a fundamental truth, that consciousness is the primary energy of the universe, not an epiphenomenon of physical matter. This foundational concept directly challenges the established scientific view that consciousness is merely a byproduct of brain activity. Instead, this ancient text posits that consciousness is the very fabric of reality, the underlying energy that animates all things. This idea resonates with the principles of Hermeticism, which describes a universe that is fundamentally mental in nature, implying that all of existence is a manifestation of consciousness itself, existing outside of any physical limitation. The scroll further elaborates on this idea, stating that this consciousness cycles through various states of being, of existence, and of form. This is not a random or chaotic process, but rather a carefully orchestrated dance of energy, moving through different levels of manifestation and experience. Death, according to the scroll, is but one state within this larger cycle, a transition point, a shifting of energy from one form of being to another. Imagine a drop of water returning to the ocean. It changes form, but its essence remains. This sets the stage for the understanding that death, as we commonly perceive it, is not a cessation of consciousness, but merely a phase change within this larger pattern. This perspective offers a radical shift in how we approach both life and death, encouraging us to see existence as a continuous flow of energy. The scroll explains that during the transition of death, consciousness leaves the physical body and is returned to the source of all things. Think of it as a homecoming, a return to the origin from which all consciousness emanates. However, it is not lost, but rather reabsorbed into the larger cycle of consciousness, retaining all of its past experiences. Imagine a vast library where every life lived, every thought, and every feeling is meticulously recorded and available for review. This merging with the source allows for a period of integration, processing, and preparation for the next phase of conscious experience. This is not a passive or unconscious process, but a deliberate and purposeful journey, providing a space to learn, grow, and plan the next cycle of experience. This phase of integration is crucial for understanding and absorbing all of the lessons of one life, and preparing for the unique opportunities that each new cycle presents. This concept transforms the traditional idea of death from a terrifying unknown to a period of reflection and preparation, which is vital to the larger context of the cycle. The scroll reveals that the memories and experiences of each life are not discarded, but are carefully preserved and accessed during this transition, which is essential to this continuous process. The scroll details that this cycle of reabsorption and rebirth is a continuous process driven by the desire for experience and growth. The universe itself is an expression of consciousness, constantly seeking new ways to experience itself from different perspectives. Each cycle is an opportunity for consciousness to evolve, learn, and expand, experiencing the universe from different perspectives. Consider the many forms of life that exist on this planet. Each one offers a unique perspective on reality, a different lens through which consciousness can perceive and understand the cosmos. The specific conditions of rebirth are often determined by the individual consciousness, aligning with personal needs and desired learning experiences. This idea places a great deal of personal responsibility on each individual, suggesting that we are not merely passive recipients of our fates, but active participants in the creation of our own realities. Just as a student might choose specific courses to advance their education, so too does consciousness select the experiences that will allow for the greatest amount of growth. This ongoing cycle of transformation is part of a larger pattern of personal and spiritual evolution, revealing that life and death are not opposed, but merely different phases of the same continuous process. The scroll reveals that the common fear of death arises from a misunderstanding of its true nature as a transition, not an end. This misconception, perpetuated by a lack of understanding and a fear of the unknown, is a primary source of human anxiety. This fear is deliberately cultivated to keep consciousness trapped in the cycle, limiting individual awareness of our full potential. By instilling a deep fear of death, power structures can maintain their grip on populations, preventing individuals from exploring their own potential and maintaining a fearful populace controlled through manipulation and lies. By understanding this truth, we reclaim our power and break free of the chains of this illusion. We begin to see death as a natural part of a larger cycle of transformation, rather than a terrifying ending. The moment that an individual stops fearing the inevitable is the moment that they become truly free, and in that freedom, the true potential of that individual is unlocked. This is not merely a philosophical point, it is the key to spiritual liberation and the breaking of chains. The scroll calls for an end to the perpetuation of ignorance and to begin empowering the individual through the knowledge of truth. The scroll is not unique in its teachings, it echoes the wisdom of many ancient esoteric traditions which have practiced conscious transition and transformation for centuries. These ancient mystery schools and esoteric societies have long recognized the true nature of death as a transformation of energy, not an annihilation of consciousness. Ancient schools of thought and mystery traditions used specific practices to understand and explore these cycles of consciousness. The practices of the Egyptian mystery schools, the Eleusinian mysteries, and the schools of the Hermetic tradition all echo the same truth, that death is not an ending. These practices are not just relics of the past, they are tools for personal transformation that are accessible to anyone seeking a deeper understanding. Think of these practices as a hidden key that has been passed down through the ages, waiting to be discovered and used by any who seek spiritual liberation. This is not a privilege only afforded to the few, but a right to all. This link to ancient traditions provides both credibility and historical context, connecting the scroll's message to a larger body of esoteric wisdom. The power of the scroll comes from its resonance with a truth that has been whispered for ages. These techniques, often involving meditation, breathwork, and focused intention, are designed to help align consciousness with its true nature. The practice of meditation stills the mind and provides a space for observing consciousness outside of the constant stream of thought. This allows for greater clarity and the ability to access deeper levels of awareness. Breathwork practices, which involve altering the rhythm of the breath, also have the ability to change consciousness and help to access alternate states of being. And the practice of focused intention allows the individual to direct their energy to the manifestation of desired outcomes within this plane and beyond. These practices enable conscious awareness during the transition of death, allowing individuals to navigate the process without fear or confusion. This conscious awareness will completely change the experience, removing fear and allowing for a smooth transition. With this knowledge, a conscious transition becomes a journey of self-discovery and liberation, rather than an ending. The moment that fear is removed, what is left is only potential, and that potential will lead to a state of personal liberation and growth. This is not just an idea, it is a tangible experience that is available to all that engage with these practices. The scroll's ancient secrets unlock a path to the conscious mastery of transition. The techniques revealed in the scroll are not only for the moment of physical death, but are practical tools for daily life. The same principles that allow for a conscious death can be used to transform your experience of life in this very moment. By applying these same principles to our daily experience, we begin to live in a state of conscious transformation, constantly evolving and growing. By creating the habit of observing your own consciousness, you create the ability to direct it more intentionally, shaping your experience in the here and now. This allows us to break free of the illusion of limitation, aligning with our true nature as creators of our own reality. You are not a passive observer of your life, you are the active creator of your reality, and these practices are keys that unlock this power. This awareness unlocks infinite potential for transformation, both internal and external. This is the power of conscious intention that, when fully understood, can create lasting change. The practical methods that the scroll details are for daily practice, not just for the moment of death, meaning that the liberation it provides is available at any moment. The scroll frequently uses symbolism and metaphor to convey deeper truths about the nature of consciousness and cycles. These symbols are not just pictures or words, they are keys to unlocking deeper layers of meaning. Consider the symbol of the serpent, for example, which has been used in many cultures to represent transformation and rebirth, which sheds its skin in order to become new. Or the phoenix, rising from the ashes, a symbol of the continuous cycle of death and rebirth, forever being transformed. These symbols and metaphors are not merely abstract ideas, they are keys that unlock deeper levels of understanding within the individual. By contemplating the symbols used in the scroll and the esoteric traditions, we begin to resonate with the underlying patterns of the universe. Just as a tuning fork vibrates in resonance with a particular frequency, so too can the individual resonate with the symbolic language of the universe, allowing for a deeper connection to reality. The symbols act as an invitation into a new level of understanding that is only accessed when the individual takes the time to consider them deeply. The power of the scroll lies within its ability to connect you to the symbolic language of creation. The scroll urges individuals to take responsibility for their own spiritual evolution and not be subjected to limiting beliefs or systems of control. This is a call to action, to move beyond passivity and to claim your role as a creator of your reality. By understanding the cyclical nature of consciousness, we become active participants, not passive victims of the cycles of life and death. This knowledge creates the space for choice and the ability to move beyond cycles of limiting belief. This is an invitation to break free from the fear of death and take control of your own spiritual journey in this life. The very nature of life can be altered when the individual moves into a place of power. Instead of being ruled by fear, it is possible to live in a state of acceptance and understanding. This is not merely an idea, it is a way of being in the world, with a sense of purpose and a clear intention. The scroll reveals that you are not a pawn in the game of life, but the player, and you have control over the outcome. The scroll reveals that your conscious intentions and beliefs shape your reality, both during life and after the transition of death. The thoughts you choose, the emotions you embrace, and the intentions you set all create the experience of reality, both in this moment and beyond. By consciously aligning our thoughts, emotions, and desires with our spiritual aspirations, we can manifest a more meaningful and purposeful experience. The conscious choice of your beliefs can reshape your reality. When you understand the power that you have to direct your own experience, you begin to use it more consciously. This understanding can help create a more intentional life and a more positive experience of the cycle of transition. This implies that the choices you make and the intentions you set have a direct impact on your life and what follows. This cycle is not one of chance, but one of conscious creation, as you are the designer of this reality. This truth offers a powerful perspective shift in regards to personal responsibility, by showing that one is not a victim, but a creator. The scroll emphasizes that fear is a powerful force that keeps us trapped in a state of illusion, and the fear of death is the greatest limitation of them all. This fear is the great barrier that prevents individuals from achieving their highest potential, because it locks you in the cycle of ignorance. By understanding the true nature of consciousness, we begin to dissolve the fear of death and embrace the cycle of transformation with acceptance and curiosity. This acceptance opens the door for new possibilities, a world where you are not ruled by fear. This is an opportunity to step into a new version of ourselves, one that is free of fear, limitations, and control. The moment that fear is removed, what remains is the unbridled power to create. This knowledge is not just for the moment of death, it is a tool to begin living a life beyond fear. By understanding the truth of death, you gain the ability to live with more power, awareness, and intention. This transformation of perspective allows you to break free of limiting thought patterns and take control of your experience. The journey of spiritual evolution is a continuous path of self-discovery, growth, and conscious participation in the cycles of the universe. You are not separate from the cycles of existence, you are a part of them, and you are the one that determines your part. The scroll provides a map for that journey and the practical methods that can be used to navigate its cycles. This map is not just a set of instructions, but a guide to understanding your own consciousness and your relationship to the larger universe. This is an invitation to step into your true potential as an agent of consciousness, both in life and through the process of death. The true power to transform yourself lies within your awareness and your willingness to embrace the truth that has been hidden for ages. This journey is not a destination, but a continuous process of growth and evolution, and your participation is essential to your expansion. This is a call to action, to embrace this knowledge and take control of your journey. The truth of the scroll is not just information, it is an invitation to participate in your own transformation, to create the life that you want, and to face your transition with courage. The scroll's ultimate message is that death is not an ending, but a transition within the larger cycle of consciousness. This is a truth hidden by fear and limitation. This transition is a reabsorption into the source, a moment of integration, and a preparation for the next cycle of experience, of life. By understanding the nature of this transition and the techniques to consciously navigate the process, we free ourselves from fear and align with our spiritual purpose. The scroll reveals a process that transforms the mystery of death into a journey of conscious evolution, moving beyond fear and into the light of awareness. It offers a map for navigating the cycles of existence, ensuring that each phase is an opportunity for growth and transformation by moving beyond ignorance and into the light of truth. The journey of consciousness is a continuous process, and it is only through the wisdom of esoteric traditions that we can begin to understand the steps in this eternal dance. This path, previously hidden, is now available to anyone who chooses to explore the deeper mysteries of existence. The cyclical nature of life and death is not just an abstract concept. It's the very rhythm of existence and can be seen in everything, from the smallest to the largest. This pattern manifests in our daily lives, in our relationships, and in our own personal growth. It is ever present within and without. By recognizing this pattern, we move beyond the linear perspective and embrace a holistic view of existence. Just as the seasons flow from spring to summer, autumn and winter, and then begin again, so too does consciousness move through its own phases of experience. The breath itself is a microcosm of this larger cycle, flowing in and out, constantly transforming. These cycles are not merely a concept to understand intellectually, they are a pattern to feel, to experience, and to integrate as a key for unlocking the mysteries of the universe. The cycles reveal the very nature of existence, and within that nature, your place within this eternal dance. The rhythm of existence is a dance, and you have always been the dancer, even when you could not see the movement. The scroll's teachings empower us to see the world in a completely new way. Our perception of reality and our role within the universe is changed forever. This new understanding helps us recognize that consciousness is the primary energy that shapes our reality. It is not limited by a physical form. Therefore, death is not a limitation of consciousness, but rather the beginning of another phase of an eternal journey. This journey is not to be feared, but embraced. This new perspective shifts the focus from the material world to the underlying energy of consciousness itself and how it is the source of all creation. By understanding consciousness as the primary force, the material world becomes a reflection of the inner world, a mirror to the true potential within us all. The scroll's wisdom provides the tools necessary for the individual to take responsibility for their own spiritual journey. This journey is not one of ignorance and fear, but one of clarity, purpose, and power. The chains are now broken, and the path is clear. This shift in perspective transforms how we approach life and death, providing tools to break free of limiting beliefs and fears. Instead of fearing death, we view it as a transition in an ongoing journey of consciousness. This understanding helps us consciously participate in the cycle of transformation and embrace our role as co-creators of our reality. The fear of death is a prison, and within these teachings, you will find the key to unlocking it. This new perspective allows us to move beyond passive acceptance and into active participation within the cycles of creation. By recognizing ourselves as active participants, we see the unlimited potential that is available to each and every one of us. With this knowledge, you become an agent of transformation, consciously shaping your life and your experience of the transition to what is beyond. The understanding of this process makes it possible to move beyond ignorance and into a state of true liberation. This understanding of consciousness is not limited to the content of this scroll. It's a universal truth that has been echoed in esoteric traditions and spiritual teachings for millennia. Ancient mystery schools, philosophers, and mystics have always understood the cyclical nature of reality and the eternal nature of consciousness. This wisdom is not just a relic of the past, it's a path to personal empowerment and liberation available to you today, if you so choose. The teachings of the Gnostics, the Hermetic texts of ancient Egypt, and the wisdom of the Kabbalah all point to the same truth, that consciousness transcends the limitations of the physical body and moves through cycles of experience. These ancient voices are not just echoes in the past, they are a continuous transmission of wisdom that has always been available to those who seek it. The understanding of these traditions is not just an academic exercise, it is a practical tool for personal transformation that can be integrated into daily life. The knowledge of the ages is now available and ready to be used. The patterns we observe in nature and in our lives are reflections of the larger cycles of consciousness. They are the language of the universe. By understanding these patterns, we decode the hidden structure of existence and align ourselves with the flow of creation. These patterns are not limited to the physical world. They also manifest in our thoughts, our emotions, and even our spiritual journeys. They are the map that you must follow. The Fibonacci sequence, the golden ratio, and the cycles of the planets are not just random phenomena. They are reflections of the underlying patterns of consciousness, expressing itself in different forms. The symbols of alchemy, sacred geometry, and astrology are also keys that can unlock the deeper patterns of existence, revealing the interconnectedness of all things. These patterns are the language of the divine, a code waiting to be deciphered. By taking the time to decode these mysteries, we connect with the very heart of creation. This journey of self-discovery is a treasure map that leads directly to your true potential. The implications of the scroll's message are profound. It not only changes how we view death, but also how we live our lives and perceive ourselves. By breaking free of the fear of death, we break free of the limitations that are imposed by society, by fear, by the external world. This freedom empowers us to live with intention, create consciously, and actively participate in our own spiritual evolution. The chains of fear, limitation, and control begin to dissolve the moment that the truth of these teachings is recognized. By letting go of fear, it is possible to move beyond limiting beliefs and step into a world of conscious creation. When you embrace your own power as an agent of transformation, you alter the world around you. The truth of this message is not just an intellectual exercise, it is a call to action that will fundamentally transform the way that you experience reality. This journey is not about denying death, but about embracing its true nature as a transition. This is a cycle we are all a part of. This understanding transforms our fear into a sense of awe and anticipation, and we transform that fear into a new perspective that empowers us in every aspect of our lives. This understanding is the first step towards living a life of purpose, with a clear understanding of our role in the cycles of existence and our ability to transcend all limitations. The journey is not to avoid the cycle of death and rebirth. It is to engage with the cycle consciously and to transform the fear into acceptance and that acceptance into a sense of awe. By embracing this concept, you move from being a victim of circumstance into the role of a conscious creator of your reality. The power to transform your perspective is within you, and you have the power to direct it. By shifting your perspective, you shift the universe. Throughout this video, we have explored the scroll's teachings on the nature of consciousness and the cycles of death and rebirth. We have uncovered the esoteric practices used to navigate these cycles consciously and the power we hold to transform our experience of reality as a result of this new understanding of death. And now, it is up to you to integrate these truths into your life by acknowledging your personal power. We have explored the ancient mystery traditions, the symbolism that unlocks hidden truths, and the practical methods that can change your life forever. We have moved beyond the surface and into the deeper realms of consciousness and discovered the keys to unlocking unlimited potential. But the knowledge without action is just a collection of words. The real power comes from integrating these ideas into your own life, your own experience. The responsibility for this transformation is yours and yours alone. Remember the cyclical nature of existence. It is a constant reminder that all things are in a state of transformation. There is constant growth and constant decay. Just like the cycles of nature, our lives are also a dance of expansion and contraction, of birth and death, of growth and decay. It never ends. By embracing this pattern, we find balance in the cycles and understand that every ending is an opportunity for a new beginning, for a new experience. The wheel turns and the seasons change, a continuous dance that never ceases, and this same pattern is reflected within your own journey. The understanding of this pattern allows you to embrace every experience, knowing that it is a step along the path, not an ending in itself. By accepting the flow of the cycle, you find a sense of balance and the freedom to move beyond limitation. The pattern is the key, use it. We began by asking, what if everything you have been told about death is wrong? What if death is not an ending but a transition? Through the teachings of the scroll, we have uncovered that consciousness is eternal and that death is simply a shift in perception, a shift of form. And by embracing this truth, we move beyond fear and step into our true power as conscious co-creators of our reality. The question has been answered and the mystery has been revealed. The fear of death was merely a construct, a wall that was put up between you and the truth, and with this understanding, the wall begins to crumble. You have always been more powerful than you have been led to believe. The power to shape your own experience has always been within you. Now the question has been answered, and you are free to move beyond the illusion. The fear of death has been revealed as a construct, an illusion designed to keep us under control by the external world. This is a cage that we do not have to live in. But by understanding the cyclical nature of consciousness and by embracing the esoteric teachings of the scroll, we dissolve this illusion and reclaim our power as agents of transformation and our spiritual evolution. This path is not one of ignorance, but one of understanding. This path is open to you now. The chains are broken, the illusion has been shattered, and the path forward is clear. You are no longer bound by fear or by the limitations that have been placed on you. You are free, and this is your opportunity to step into that freedom. The truth is a powerful weapon, and with it, you now have the power to alter your world forever. This journey is not an end, but a new beginning. It is time to explore further the mysteries of consciousness, the nature of reality, and your role in the universe. What other hidden truths are waiting to be discovered? What new cycles of transformation await those who seek understanding? And what other secret scrolls and ancient texts hold the keys to unlocking the mysteries of consciousness, of the spirit, and of reality? The path of knowledge has no end. Each answer reveals a new mystery, and each mystery invites further exploration. There are many hidden truths that are yet to be uncovered, and there are always more cycles of transformation that can be navigated and experienced. The journey of self-discovery is a continuous path, and there are countless opportunities for further study and transformation. The scroll has opened the door, but it is up to you to walk through it. The understanding of these cycles has profound implications, not only for our personal lives, but also for society and for the future of humanity. Imagine a world where the fear of death is replaced with understanding, and this knowledge empowers individuals to live consciously, with purpose, and with connection. This is the potential of the scroll's message, to help create a more enlightened, compassionate, and transformative future. When you change the perspective of an individual, you alter the potential for all of humanity. A world where death is understood as a transition and not an ending is a world that is free from fear, and one that is defined by purpose and power. The keys to unlocking this potential are now in your hands, and you have the power to help bring forth a more enlightened version of reality. The world is waiting for your contribution. Now it's your turn. Take these teachings and integrate them into your life. Start to consciously shape your own spiritual journey, your experience, your life. Share your insights in the comments below. Let's create a community of seekers, a community that is dedicated to expanding awareness and personal power. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with those seeking these hidden truths. The time for transformation is now. This is not just a collection of ideas. This is an invitation to transform your world and all the lives you touch. Your individual journey is a vital piece in the larger puzzle, and we are all in this together. Use this knowledge, connect with the others on this path, and take the next step with purpose, power, and intent. The revolution is here, and you are a part of it. In future videos, we will explore more ancient texts and uncover more hidden practices, all of which empower us to tap into our true potential and live a life of purpose and power. We will dive deeper into the mysteries of consciousness and provide more tools for conscious transformation, creating a clear path forward. Remember, you are not just a passenger in this universe. You are an active participant in the cycle of creation, and your journey is just beginning. The secrets of the universe are waiting to be uncovered, and the path of transformation is always open. There are countless ways to connect to the power that is within, and with the expansion of knowledge, there will be more tools to assist you on your path. This journey is not just your own, it is a shared journey, as we are all a part of this cosmic dance and the mysteries it holds.